Hey there, if you're a music producer and you like strings a lot or you score films, this software is going to blow your mind. Let's hear how it sounds. Now let's compare it with a typical VST. I think it sounds unbelievable that a software could give you this much detail and articulation on strings. In fact, not just on strings, but on violins. Let me show you how to use it. And right here, we have the tempo at the top where you can just double click and type in any number you want. I could start with 100. And then you have the play button, the record. Yes, you can record with MIDI if you want to. And you have the metronome counter. And then right here, you also have the loop section. If you want to loop a particular, region, for example, I could just extend the loop or reduce the loop, okay? So you could loop a section. And at the bottom right here, which we get to shortly, is where you see a piano roll for you to adjust the notes or play new notes. So to add the violin sound is very easy. Just come to the AI instruments right here, and then you can just drag and drop, or you can just click the plus button and come to set as AI instrument track. And then, it pops up right here. You can choose, from the instrument options. And this is the instrument option available right now. So either one, works. Okay, so let's go with this. And for us to play some notes, we have to double click on here so we can create a clip and then you can see it appear. Now, the reason why I like this piano roll interface is that it shows you the scale. For example, if I come right here, I can set the scale to exactly what I want it to be. And I can also highlight if I turn on scale. You see, I can also highlight the scale to see exactly, what notes make up the scale. And this is helpful for people who are not familiar with, music theory or how notes or pianos work. So first of all, let me just click this in right here. If I make this long, let's hear it sounds. You can hear that. Now I want us to play a shorter note so that we hear it sounds. If I do this, so you can have that. And if I make it long, so you can hear how it sounds. Right? So you can really play around and get unique sounds with the expression. So again, I can come here and zoom in and reduce the length of this, and then stretch this out. So you can hear that slight difference, right? So these are the little ways you can add some expressions and customization to your sounds when you play violin, okay? So now let's stress this a little bit to see what it can really do. So I'm going to import a classical piece, and I'm going to come right here. To import MIDI is very simple. Just come to the top right here, come to File, then come down to Import, then come down to MIDI for instrument track. So for a list, so I'm going to click that open. It's going to ask you all of this. You can decide to set the tempo if you want to, or use a different tempo. I'm going to be using my tempo, and then let's hear how it sounds. And you can hear the expressions right there, so pinpoint accurate. Now let's compare this to how a regular VST for violins would sound. Triton Extreme is one of my favorite VSTs for violins, right? So I'm going to come to the piano roll of the plugin, and I'm going to come to this option right here, come to File, Import MIDI file, Accept, and then let's listen to hear how it sounds. So now let's add some simple effects. I'm going to come to the effects tab right here, and then you can see some options. And my favorite effect I like to add on strings most times is reverb. So I put it in a space, makes it sound, authentic, makes it sound like it's coming alive. So I'm going to come right here to the hall. There are different reverb types. So I'm going to just use Hall and just increase the wet. So you can hear that it sounds even more interesting with the reverb. And you can also add EQ, compression. For example, I could compress it some more. And after adding EQ, all I have to do is click on lead or the bright presets. Now, while this is for classical music, you don't have to use this for only classical music. You can use this for simpler arrangements and even more complex arrangements. And speaking of complex arrangements, I'm going to load up a MIDI session right now just so you can hear. Again, you can play with your MIDI keyboard into this to create this, or click manually if you want to. That also works as well. And I also saw that you could come right here. You can also use your computer keyboard to click in as well. I'm seeing the option right here. So I'm going to come just delete this for a bit. Now let's import a more complex MIDI file. Come to import, come to MIDI, and you can see it's going to ask you, do you want to apply? This time, yeah, let's let it apply. And then we're going to let it process, because it may take a while, because again, this software processes things contextually so that it gives you the most ideal playing style for that piece. So let's hear how it sounds. So let me know what you think about this software in the comment section. And if you want to get it, the link is in the description. Just tap on the link and you get access to the software so you can use it and see for yourself as well. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more tutorials, tips, and tricks. Cheers.